I realized I was an arrogant prick. That I bet you that's probably the first YouTube video that started with that line. But anyways, the reason I say that is because back in year 8, I was genuinely like very arrogant, even though I was not the best student. Like my grades were pretty like average for like the confidence I had. And I remember back in like year 8, our like maths teacher was handing back like our test results, and we had just finished this massive test. I was feeling pretty good about it. I thought I would get like 95, 90s, just like I did in my previous tests. And so I was pretty like hyped. I was looking forward to getting my results back. And so the like teacher went around the class like calling students one by one and telling their exam grades. Just because like out of privacy he doesn't show it to the entire class, which is completely fair enough. And yeah, as he was doing that, like he's a pretty chill teacher. Like he was making jokes with some students. Like he'll go to like some students and say, "Oh, you got 50," and then show them like what they actually got. They got like 80 or something. So he's like a prankster, and he's just a pretty like laid back guy overall. But anyways, it got to my turn, and I was excited to see the amazing result I got because I thought I would get like around 95 plus. I'll be happy with like 95, 96, hoping for like a 98. But honestly, like 90 is fine by me. And so I got up, walked to his desk, and he told me my result. He said 75. And when he said that, I burst out laughing. I was like, "That's a great joke, man." But yeah, can I see my actual exam results now? Um, and it was literally like that awkward laughter, because I was like, uh, "Yeah, this prank is a bit far, but I'll go along with it." Um, but he just looked at me like very seriously and said, "No, you got 75." And genuinely, for like the next few seconds, I still thought he was joking. So I was like, no, seriously, can I see my exam results though? Like I literally said that over and over again until he literally pulled up the spreadsheet and pulled up my exam paper and showed me the exact mark, 75. And although that may not mean that much to like some people, for me at the time it really like shattered my like identity and confidence because I was known, not the fewer stereotypes, but obviously like not obviously I was quite good at maths at the time, and so this time the fact that I got like far lower than what I expected, like it really like stabbed deep, and my face just blew up red. I was like stuttering every sentence following. Like afterwards, I was like putting an awkward smile on my face to not look bad in front of like all my classmates, and yeah, it's one of those feelings where everything is going to shit, but you're still trying to smile and pretend it's okay. I like it was just a very like just eye-opening experience for me. And the takeaway from this is I realized I was just like way too arrogant, and it eventually just beat me in the back. So going forward, I realized that if this was the same mentality that I had, then I would never be able to achieve like anything like good. And so the next year, after I moved schools, I was literally like, I acted like the dumbest student in the class. I asked all the dumb questions. I stayed back after class asking like so many questions just to make sure I still like understood everything. And like, it almost got to the stage where I would say I'm bad at maths, bad at maths, and but I ended up still doing like okay. But I didn't feel like that way. I had like just a very low self esteem, and like eventually that like helped. Like I know like when people say like low self esteem, it comes across as a negative thing. But at the time, like perhaps I was like so arrogant, so feeling a bit of like low confidence wasn't a bad thing. I eventually like ended up scoring like the top like I'm trying to think what the percentage would be, like the top like 3% of my entire year level. So overall, quite good for like maths. And so the lesson that I learned from this entire experience is that when you're overconfident, that's when bad things start to happen. Like pride always, what's the quote again? Like pride. Oh wait, let me search this up right now. All right, just search it up. It's from Proverbs 16 to 18. pride goes before a fall. And that just basically described me at the time. And so now going forward, I literally told myself and I told all my friends around me that since that point forward, and especially now, and also, of course, going forward, I'm in the season of like being wrong. Like, I'm just going to assume that whatever I believe in is probably not the complete picture. And I'll be very patient and I will just try and find and listen and be open minded to as many people as possible. Obviously, I still have to like critically like evaluate, but I'm just much more like open minded now to like any feedback anyone has. And it's still something that I'm still trying to like work towards. I feel like it is like, I don't know why it's like so ingrained in me. I'm trying to do like a lot of reflection right now. So if you do have any thoughts on why I'm such an arrogant prick, leave them down in the comments below. Um, but it's one thing that I'm like really trying to like work towards this year. Um, because like previously I've worked towards it, like I kind of, it was always in the back of my mind, but this year as I was looking back at these experiences, I realized that it was genuinely like bad, and that wasn't the only instance. There were so many similar instances, like when I was in like high school. So that's like one of my like biggest aims right now, just to be more perceptive and less arrogant, because as the quote says, pride always goes before a fall.